Hi, and welcome to Maths Made Easy. Today we're going to learn how to multiply negative numbers. Multiplying negative numbers is something that people always struggle with in schools, but it basically comes down to two simple rules. So let's get started. Basically, there are two combinations you can have when you multiply two numbers together. Other than our normal multiplying of numbers where we have two positive numbers, like 3 times 4, we'll just get 12. Of course, now when we put negative numbers into the mix, we get two possibilities. We get a negative number times a negative number, or a positive number times a negative number, which we can think is kind of the same case as when we have a negative number times a positive number, in the same way that 3 times 4 is the same as 4 times 3. So let's work through these two cases one at a time. So our first case is when you have negative case, a negative times a negative. Now a negative times a negative makes a positive, so let's see an example of that. Minus 3 times minus 5 is, so that's two negatives, and you multiply the numbers like normal, so 3 times 5 is 15, and because a negative times a negative makes a positive, we just get 15. Let's see another example. Minus 4 times minus 2. So multiply the numbers like normal, 4 times 2 is 8, and because they're both negative, we get a positive, so we just get 8. Now, what about a negative times a positive? So let's negative times positive. Now, this makes a negative. So, let's see an example of that. Minus 7 times 3. So, just like above, we multiply them like normal. 7 times 3, so that's 7, 14, 21. And now, because we've got a negative and a positive, and that makes a negative, we have to put minus 21. Let's see another example. 4 times minus 5. So we multiply like normal. 4 times 5 is 20. But because we've got a negative and a positive, remember the order doesn't really matter, we get a negative out, so we get minus 20. And it's as simple as that. So that is how to multiply negative numbers. Thank you.